It's great to have you for this Global Meditation Part 2. It's day 7. It's the last session of this sequence of Part 2. And today we will review the steps that we have been through from even the Part 1, which is day 1 to day 14, and also this session of day 1 to day 7 in part 2 of our togetherness, coming into the mind, into the connection with the self, back onto ourself, and balancing mind and body and getting rid of obstacles and problems by making sure our physiology is balanced and is strong and gives us the best ability to think and decide and plan for the best possible outcome during this confinement lockdown and also afterwards in our daily activity. So welcome everyone as we get settled and others are joining gradually. And you can, of course, invite your friends. You can tag in the comments and make them join. If they have not joined, they can go through all the sessions from the part 1 and the part 2, ideally better in a proper sequence, because then they get the maximum benefit and they understand why we're doing what we are doing. However, since this is the last session of this part, and we'll be having a time now of practice during the coming week at least, it's good that we review what we have done so far. And this way, if you want to practice, for example, you can still come on this session, this particular session, part 2, day 7, and follow the sequence that we will be doing today, so that you are actually getting in sequence and getting even together, or do it at any time that's suitable for you. So then we will be more on the practical level today, just what we do, what we have learned to do, as a summary of overall sequence, and also a session of settling back and going back to the self. So what we start with is a good stretch. We first, of course, sit comfortably in a chair, or if we like, if we're sitting on the floor, if we are used to sitting in a semi-lotus position or crossed leg position, whichever is comfortable. Main thing is to have the body more straight. It is better than doing it lying down, but you can also, of course, try if you are tired or feeling, rest on a restful mode. You can also do it lying down, but not the meditation part itself. Transcendental meditation we do sitting up comfortably, either in a chair or in a comfortable position on the floor if we like. So what we do is we stretch. So we raise our hands, push up towards the ceiling, take a deep breath. So let's all do it. Fill up the lungs from the nose and exhale, let it out through the mouth. Stretch a little, do it again. Push up towards the ceiling, towards the roof. Fill up the lungs with breath through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. Again, stretching. One more time. Push up. Fill up the lungs. Let out through the nose and sit easily, comfortably. And we take our arm on which we will feel the pulse. We put it somewhere here just to have a position. Take the other arm. In this case, in my case, the left arm is going to feel with 3 fingers. We put the 3 fingers, the index first, the middle, and the ring finger after that on the side of the thumb. Inside, we go to this notch here that is here, and that's a bone, and then we path it to the side inside the arm, and then we put our arms there, our fingers there. So We put our fingers comfortably. Now we feel the shoulders are relaxed, comfortable. The hands are relaxed, not tense. The fingers are also relaxed. The arms are relaxed. And now we press with the three fingers together until we feel the first pulsation. Whatever finger it is, we just first notice, yes, it's on this finger, on the first, the second, or the third. In closing the eyes, we are more in touch with the fingers and the pulse. So we are more having our attention on the touch level of the pulse and not being distracted by the outside. Of course, it's always very good to turn off the phone, turn off, the activities around you. If there is music, if there is anything, better to be in as quiet a place as possible, considering the circumstances. So we feel the pulse, on which finger it is. First finger is Vata finger, second finger is Pitta, and third finger, which is the ring finger, that's the Kapha. So we feel which one is first coming to our attention. And whichever finger that is, we feel the quality. What kind of pulse is it? Is it jumping like a frog? What's Pitta? Is it sliding like a snake? Is it then the Vata quality? Or is it moving in a round way, in a strong, heavy way, rounded way, which is like a swan, we said, and that would be the Kapha. So this quality can be under any finger. So we might be in the Pitta finger, which is in the middle, and the quality can be Pitta, that's fine. And then it could be also Vata, also it's fine, and Kapha, whatever it is, we feel. That surface pulse is the most surface level of the touch of the pulse. And if we feel we're pressing too much, we release a little bit until there is no more pulse, and then we press again until we feel the pulse. Now we go to another finger, whichever finger we have not felt any pulse, or any other finger, even if it has a pulse, but it didn't attract our attention. And we release from the first one. We mean the first one means the one that we have felt something on. We release a little bit to give a chance to feel what is on the other one. And the other two we'll do gradually. So first, whatever came first, then we choose, let's say, Vata, if it was Pitta, and then we choose Kapha afterwards. And now we go to that pulse and feel the pulse and feel the quality of what is there. The quality means whatever comes to mind. Don't be judgmental about it or too sharp or analytical. Maybe it gives us the feeling that it's soft. Then it's soft. That is the quality of softness. It gives us the feeling of roundness. It gives us the feeling of jumpiness, of strong, hard pushing against our finger. Then whatever that feeling, we just be aware of the feeling of the touch. This is what we are training ourselves to, even before we interpret what it means. So why is it there? How is it there? You can start, yourselves thinking, why do I have, for example, too much Pitta? Maybe it is the summer where you are. It's hot. It is in the middle of the day. Maybe you have not had your lunch and, it's the middle of the day. So Pitta will be stronger. It will be kind of asking for food or asking for coolness. And that is where you might feel Pitta is there. And if it's there in the first finger, that means even in the Vata value, there is a Pitta quality. For now, what's important is to appreciate the different nuances of the pulse, the different qualities of the pulse. So we do this for the second finger, whichever we selected was the second finger, and then we go to the third finger and we do the same. Just surface. Surface means as soon as you feel it coming. It might be that on the third finger you have to press a little bit more. So you do that. Very good. And now what you do is press all the way down to stop any kind of pulse from coming. And start releasing. Now the first pulse that you get is the deep pulse. That indicates the predominance usually of your own nature, of your build-up of your physiology. Was it more vata, more pitta, more kapha? And that can be also in any of the three fingers. And you can just feel that and see how it feels. So we press all the way, it blocks, we remove it a little bit, and we start feeling the pulse. Very good. So having done that, we also now think of our environment. What time of the day it is where we are. If it is noon, we say, oh, there's more pitta at noon. If it is, let's say, at 11 o'clock in the morning, that's also starting the pitta time. If it is at 7 o'clock in the morning after sunrise, then it might be some kapha time. If it is early morning, very early, let's say 5 o'clock before sunrise, and we are taking our pulse, there will be an influence of vata. And the seasons also will influence. So, you might be in a place where it is summer and hot, as we said, and then you will feel more pitta. If you are in a place where it is the spring, like in the east coast of America, Canada, US, and Latin America, northern part, then it could be more of springy time. In the south, it will be more of the fall preparing for coming into the winter, and that's more the vata time. So the wind is there, the leaves are falling. And for our own self also, we have our own personal qualities and personal build-up, but also in our life, there are, different phases. In the middle of the life, it is pitta. In the beginning of the life, when we are young, it is more of the kapha. This is the build-up, the spring of life, they call it. And in the later parts of life, there will be a little more vata in the physiology. So taking all of this into consideration, you will, start feeling that there is an influence from the pulse on these values. So follow up your mood also. If you're angry, it's pitta. If you're feeling maybe a little low and heavy and depressed, it's more on the kapha side. If you are more on the anxiety and nervousness side and jittery side, then that will be more on the vata side. And all of these elements together can reflect in the pulse. Now you say, how can I differentiate what from what? Well, this is what, the experience will tell you. And of course, more knowledge about the pulse that is needed. And that hopefully we will cover in sessions that might come, or that you can take actually pulse diagnosis courses, which are offered by Maharishi International University and our international movement, that you can check on tm.org or get indications for it even on this Facebook and the site of Tony Nader, Dr. Tony Nader, and the Instagram, and also the website drtonynader.com, that will guide you to where all these courses are being presented, and also, of course, to learn transcendental meditation in the future. So we start then by taking the pulse and realizing where I am, how it is, what does it mean. after having stretched. And then what we will do is pranayama. We'll start again by sitting comfortably, easily, and preparing for the pranayama. We want to be breathing in the proper way. So we put our left hand on the chest and our right hand on the abdomen. And then we take air in through the nose, through the nostrils, and air out will come from the mouth by making a little ellipse towards the front. Our hand that is on the chest will be silent, quiet, and the hand that is on the abdomen will be the one that is moving. If you don't understand or fully know why we are saying that, please go to the previous sessions from day 1 to day 14, where we covered the proper breathing and sequence of breathing, its importance, and how to do pranayama in a proper way. But for those who have followed it, it's very simple. You will remember. So hand on the chest, hand on the abdomen. We take air through the nostrils in. The abdomen moves forward. We breathe out through the mouth. The abdomen moves towards the back. We do this again, everyone at their own speed, at their own pace. Now we remember to pause in between the inhalation and the exhalation. So every time we take a breath in, at the end, as we fill the lungs, we take a pause. And then expiration, exhalation. Through the mouth, we take a pause. And then breathe in through the nose. Out through the mouth. You do this at your own comfortable pace. And now your attention goes to the face, your face, and you feel the face is relaxed, the jaws are relaxed. The lower jaw is hanging. It's not open, of course, but it's not tight. The shoulders are also relaxed. They're pointing down. They're carrying the arms, forearms that are hanging from the shoulders. As we continue to breathe in and out comfortably, we feel the hands are very soft. The hand on the chest is comfortable and soft. And it's not moving, it's the silent anchor. The hand of the abdomen moves out when we take air into the chest, because the diaphragm flattens and bulges the abdomen. And then it moves back as the diaphragm becomes a dome again, and we let the air go through the mouth. So you're doing this at your own pace. Again, we feel face, shoulders, arms, hands are relaxed, are very soft, very gentle. So you cycle, yes, the face, you have your attention on the face. It is soft. You have your attention on the shoulders also. They're soft and not raised, not shrugged up like that, but are down, are sitting down, comfortably down. And then the hands are also soft. Very good. Now we relax our hands, put them on our lap. We take our right hand with the thumb. The right thumb goes on the right nostril, and softly it blocks it, it closes it. Not too much pressure, just the intention almost closes it, and we breathe out through the left nostril. And then take air in through the left nostril. Once we finished, we pause. We close the left nostril with the two fingers that are the middle and ring finger, and breathe out through the right nostril. Pause and then in through the right nostril. When we finish comfortably, we pause a little, but in the meantime, we would have blocked the right nostril and breathe out through the left one. Out and in, and then close, and then to the other side, back to the right side. Breathe out, take air in. At your own pace, at your own pace. Now we go back to the right nostril, and as we breathe out, we're gonna feel all the stress and strain and fatigue and metabolism of everything going away. And as we breathe in, we have our feeling of the prana, the vital force, the fresh air coming in through the nostril and filling our body and mind with wholeness. And then we breathe out through the other nostril. All the negativity, all the fear, the anger goes out. And we breathe in now all the good things. At our own pace, we take a pause, close the nostril, and then breathe out any pain we have, any suffering, any bad memory. We just let it go out. It's the time to let go out, let go of things, accept to let go. And breathe in the vital force. And then we complete on the right side. Out and then in. Now when we come back, as we have done 2-3 times on each side, now we are going to have our attention on the sound that the breathing takes in, and see if we can have the air flow in without making any noise, any sound. It will be when we breathe softly, easily, you will see the sound go away. And then as you exhale, of course, the sound is there because you have exhalation, you let go. So do this a couple of times on each nostril side. This time we are on sound, on the space element. As we breathe in softly, we feel there is no sound even created by the breathing. If there is some sound and you can't do it, don't force yourself, just take it easy. So I let you do that because sound requires that I don't talk. Still, the sound outside, if you have in your environment, it's fine. Doesn't matter this sound. You just want to make sure or feel how much is the sound of the air coming through the nostrils. Can it be so soft that you cannot hear it? Very good. Now remember, if you suddenly feel short of breath, don't try to hold on in order to not hear the sound. Just breathe. We want absolutely to be comfortable and easy. And if the body says, no, I want the breath stronger, then take it stronger. Let the sound be there. You are just listening to it. It's fine. Now we will move to the touch value, which means we will keep doing pranayama back and forth, and our attention will go on how the air is going to touch our inside of the nostril when we are breathing in. So as we breathe in, we feel the build up of the touch value. At the beginning, you might not feel a lot, and then it builds up, and you will feel inside the nostrils, maybe in the lower part or a little higher, the air touching. So even if it is quiet, silent, still you can feel the touch. So let's do that as you continue your pranayama, which means continue out, in on one side, out, in on the other side. And now you put your attention on the air touching. And you can do it while it's silent, where the air is silent. And that gives more delicate appreciation of the touch rather than the whole noise of the air. But again, be comfortable. It's very important to be comfortable. So it's when the air is coming in that we're feeling the touch. So this sensory value is all done as the air is coming in. Air coming out, we let it go, whatever. We don't try to put attention on, except on releasing all the heaviness and everything that might be there. So continue and see if you feel the touch. Very good. So we do this again 2-3 times on each nostril. And if you do it really silently, you will feel at the beginning that the touch isn't there, but it builds up. It builds up. So you might have your attention, where is the fine touch? Where is the fine touch? And then you will start feeling it come inside the nostril somewhere. The third thing that you will do, again, 2-3 times on each side, is the temperature. So we moved from space element to air element, which is connected to touch, and now to temperature, which is connected to the fire element. And so you will now evaluate, even if you don't feel much, it's just in your consciousness, your awareness, your awakening in your nervous system, the different areas. The smell is felt somewhere, the touch somewhere else, the taste somewhere else. And so this is awakening different parts of the nervous system on a subtle level, which we need in order for the body and mind to be settled, to be quiet. Because under pressure and constant problems, we are on a different way of functioning. We are not awakening the upper level of the brain. We are using the lower level of fight and flight. This is as a reminder. And the whole body is acting in an angry way or in a fear way or in a readiness to fight way. And what we are doing now is bringing it back to normality, to the final level of perception, final level of mind and body integration. And so the third feeling, as you continue to do the pranayama, will be on the level of temperature. What is the temperature of the air? Or do I feel some coolness, some warmth inside my nostril, maybe a little bit higher this time? So let's see if you can do that. We do this 2-3 times on each side. So now we are on the temperature. What's the temperature of the air as we breathe it in as quietly and comfortably as possible? And then out again, we don't try to worry about it. We just let it go. Very good. Continue. And now you will shift your attention to the taste element. Taste is related to water, and you will feel maybe some wetness towards the end of the breathing as you breathe in. You will feel some change of wetness in the back of the mouth or the throat or the back of the sinuses. And that wetness is like a taste. And if you feel some taste in the mouth, this is very good. If you don't, that's also very good. You're feeling the wetness, the finest level of taste. But your attention is what is important. Your attention now is on taste. So your mind is taking the mode of taste and awakening in the nervous system those areas that deal with taste. And that is what is important. What you actually taste, it doesn't matter. But you actually have to put your attention on taste and maybe feel even wetness somewhere in the back of the mouth. Usually, this happens towards the end of the breathing coming in because it builds up, as all of these values, and then the taste is more deep. You know that taste is connected to smell anyway, so the nostrils are involved, and the taste is a combination between the sensory sensations that we have in the mouth and also the smell that we have. That ultimately is what gives the taste. But independent of that, it's our attention as we're doing the pranayama from this side, from that side, we are feeling the taste as the fourth element that we are considering. So do this again for a couple of times on each side. So as the air goes in, at the end, almost you feel something in the back of the throat and the back of the mouth, a taste or wetness. And then as we breathe out, we let go. Very good. If you've done this a couple of times, now we move to the smell, the fifth element, which is related to element of earth in the Vedic tradition, in Ayurveda, and in different Samkhya knowledge. All these are part of the Vedic knowledge that has brought yoga to us. So that's the yoga yoga connected values. And so now what we do is see if there is an overall smell. You might smell something from the environment. It's fine, whatever it is there. Maybe somebody's cooking, maybe it's the smell of the room. It doesn't matter. It's an overall feeling. And therefore, we go on this fine level. What is the finest level of smell that we have in our environment? And we have our attention on that as we continue our back and forth, right and left pranayama. Very good. You do this also a couple of times on each side. And now we release the hands, and then we'll be doing a short meditation together. Those who practice transcendental meditation, again, you just sit easily, comfortably, and then you'll start your meditation. We'll do it together. And we don't try to remember where to put the attention or anything. We do our transcendental meditation innocently because TM gives the physiology, the mind, whatever they need. So we let our attention go, as we have learned in transcendental meditation, towards the transcendence. This is where it takes us. All those who don't practice transcendental meditation, you can repeat the cycle of what we just did. It took a little longer because of the explanations and all of that. It should take you about 5 minutes, less than 10 minutes, to do a whole cycle of taking the pulse and then feeling and then doing the pranayama. So you can do it now as we all meditate. And enjoy this week. We will not have sessions from now on for some short time, but you can use this particular session of part 2, day 7, as a reminder and a review. So you can keep coming back to it whenever you like and practice in the sequence that we have done it as a reminder. By some time, you will start knowing it anyway, and you don't need to have the explanation. But if you feel you like to be guided through it, then you are absolutely welcome. It will be always there and available. Remember to wash your hands before you touch the face, even though we're not touching the nose itself, but still it's better always to have the hands clean. Remember to follow the guidelines of your social and health authorities, and stay healthy and happy. And we're all coming out of this, hopefully, very strong. The countries that are now, like in the maybe some areas, I hear even Brazil, we send you our love and support. Make sure you are safe, you stay healthy, and maintain social distancing, but spiritual closeness and oneness on the level of being. And if you practice TM, do it on the right time, in the right sequence, and avail of all the beautiful courses that are being made available by Maharishi International University and by all the other aspects of the Transcendental Meditation movement. Thank you for being with us, for having followed this. We hope you enjoyed it and you practice it, and get your friends to benefit from it also by following the sequence in proper order. That would be the most appropriate and the best way to get the most effective results. So enjoy, be happy, and we'll close the eyes now and meditate together, or do your cycle of pranayama as we have done it today.